Hey guys, it's April 9th of 2021, 17 p.m. As you see, it is storming and thundering and all those things right now. So I was trying to do the live to bring in the Sabbath, at least part of it, but I just got back home. It haven't been my 5 days. I just came back briefly to share some of the revelations. It's on my Facebook. If you stay by my Facebook, that I be on there, you know, sharing more. That's more where I'm sharing my things at. So if y'all would just stand by that. But right now, as you see, it is storming, it's thundering. It's the Father is speaking loud and clear and everywhere. I don't know if y'all are feeling it, but it's everywhere. It's nature. So I'm just going to start off with some of the revelations I have already went through on my channel. So these past little breaks and moments I had, and so check it out. Alright, so I'm going to just start it off with, I hope that y'all can hear me through all this loudness. I don't know how it is for y'all when y'all get it, but it's very loud because of the rain and electricity and all of that right now. So I hope that y'all can hear this though. Alright. So I'm gonna just be playing like a couple, the ones I did today, far as revelation a little bit, and other.
Meaning, in beginning, he created Elohim, the heavens and the earth. You Atheist, Ithi, that you be, Yashaka or Fena then. And the earth, she became chaos and vacancy and darkness over surface of abyss. Yaruah alim makashi a fena imma, and spirit of Elohim vibrating over surfaces of the waters. Ya'a ala I a yana and he is saying, Elohim, he shall become light, and he is becoming light. Ena aling after earth ka ta yumaga aling thing. And he is seeing Elohim, the light that's good, and he is separating Elohim between. Era yabi ikasha Araka aling aler nya ukachika kwa lanel. And he is calling Elohim the light, day, and the darkness he calls night. Inya arbi anya bakwa anya akwa pa. And he becoming evening, and he is becoming morning, day 1. Ara alia aya bakwa bensa ima akaya. And he is saying, Elohim, he shall become atmosphere in midst of the waters, and he shall become. Mithal being ma ina, separating between waters to waters. Yuach, aling athikwa, yapikona being imma ashar. And he is making Elohim the atmosphere, and he is separating between the waters which. Michaka la require your being imma ashikamokala ya require for or from under the atmosphere, or you could say under to atmosphere, and between the waters which from on the top of the atmosphere. Yuan ka and he is becoming so. Yu'akwa alin lawakwa shema ia oba. And he is coming Elohim to atmosphere, heavens, and he is becoming evening. Yu'aya bakwa ina shanapa, and he is becoming morning day second. Yu'ama aliyah ikwa ima ikamashk ishima ala, and he is saying, Elohim, there shall be flown together the waters from under the heavens too. Makwain akwa yupthorkwa e shimai, which is e shimai, she, Yu'aya na, place one, and she shall be seen the dry, and he is becoming so. Yunakwa ali ishana aqueous yu'a makwa ima kwa ima, and he is calling Elohim dry land, and to confluence or confluence of the water he calls seas. Your aqua ala kana, so your aqua ala kata, and he is saying Elohim, that's good. The Elohim, that's good. And so in the English it says, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning was the first day. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. Benakta ima Yupuko ishimna ikapuko cheek ishinakol. In fish of the sea, and the flower of the heavens, and in every of animal, the one moving on. Erectus, the land. Your amak alinya in nektakolokan asekol oshe sigra sabra. And he is saying, Elohim, behold, I give to you every of herbage, seeding seed. Asher al fena ka iteres yakane itos eshek benko farek or farak, which on surfaces of all of the earth, and every of the tree which is in him fruit of. Astic zera sera eka ele lokola. Tree seeding seed for you, he is becoming for food. Alake chik ekas eloko or ishimai aklako. And for every of animal of the land, and for every of flower of the heavens, and for every of Reshika a ikos ashebik nashikoshi ase eke arak osho alakal, moving animal on the land, which in him soul living, every of green herbage for food. Ya'agna, and he is becoming so. Yu'akwa alam akel ashar arshi yajin toma. And he is seeing Elohim all of which he made, and behold, good, very, oh, good, very, oh, very good, if they want to switch those. Okay. Ainga or you, Ainga Bakwa Ishasha Pa. And he is becoming evening, and he is becoming morning, day of the seas. The air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree and the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Ya'am alim ishka ima shah nasha chik yama or yak. And he is saying, Elohim that shall roam the waters, warmer of soul, living and flyer. Amaka o Ikeas o Fenai Rakwa Ishemai. He shall fly over the earth of the faces of the atmosphere of the heavens. Abra alem I Zanem Ikolin o Akalel Nishk Ikal. And he's creating Elohim, the monster, the great ones, and every of soul, the living. Iraksha Ashar Shekesna Ima Lemina Agar Ke Okina. The moving which they roam the waters to the species of them, and every of flower of wing. Lamaki o Akra Alim Kekta. To species of him he is seeing Elohim, that's good. Ya Akva Aklen Aklam Aliyah Perlak Oraka. So I would say Araba, because it has a ba. So I say Para Abaka. And he is blessing them, Elohim, to say be fruitful you and increasing you. Yamala Asemima Bama Aqua Ira Pakwas. And fill you the waters and seas, and the flyer he shall increase in the earth. Ya'aya Bakwa Chikshka. And he is becoming evening, and he is becoming morning, day 5th. Ya'ama Alim Taska Iayas Nasheshi Lamiki. And he is saying, Elohim, she shall bring forth the earth, soul living, the species of her. Benik Areshka Yuchikana is Lima Uaya no. Beasts and moving animals, and animals of him, land of species of her, he is becoming so. Ya'ayash Aliyah Ashik Iraya La'ama Yu'ase Ibina. And he is making Elohim, animals of the land, to species of her, and the beasts. Lame'i a Ekel Rushka Itame Lameu Yu'akwa. To species of her, and every of moving animals of the ground, to species of him, and he is seeing. And Lakantu, Elohim, that's good. Ya'amra Elohim no shit. Adme Bishana Kithmato. And he is saying, Elohim, we shall make human an image of us, as likeness of us. You aqua betek ima apokwa ishima ubibi. So I would say abima. Yeah, abima. And they shall sway in fish of the sea, and flower of the heavens, and in the beast. Apakwa, Igreas, Yapakwa, Irakmash, all ox, and in all of the earth, and in every of the moving animal, the one moving on the land. Aqua alam akakane bitimus alambra. And he is creating Elohim, the human in image of him, and in the image of Elohim he created. Atheka yakwa yunapika bra anklam. Hey, anklam. Him, male and female, he created them. Yakwa athinya aliyah aklam eleke aliyah peru. And he is blessing them Elohim, and he is saying to them, Elohim, be fruitful you. Yakrakpa, Yamela, Ese, Iktawis, or Iktawis, Yubashi, Yurakta, and increase you and fill you in the earth, and subdue her, and sway you. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature and moved it, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In his image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air. So yeah, I already did that one. I think I made y'all that. Oh, yeah, I could do this last one. So Amma Aliyah Tashe, and it says Tashe, which is she, Tashe, Areas, Tashe, or Shibeh Mizroya. And he is saying, Elohim, she shall call vegetate the land, vegetation, herbage sowing. Zarak atis, parik ashi, parik lamia, ashe, ziraka biya, all igles. Seed tree of fruit, making fruit the species of him, which seed of him and him on the land. Yeah, and he is becoming so, which Yael can. Yathaksha Akayas Tashe Oshaba Maria Zero Lamia. And she is bringing forth the land vegetation, herbage, sow and seed to species of him. Agayas Oshi Fure Aka Jigra Baka Lamia all you aqua elam. And tree making fruit, which seed of him and him, to species of him, and he is saying Elohim. Kantam or Ketub, that's good. Yael o porqua and na shakpa. and he is becoming evening, and he is becoming morning day. Third, Yaenra Alia Agia Makwa Bakwakwea Ishamai. And he is saying Elohim, he shall become Lemurinos in atmosphere of the heavens. Le epikana being enga ombaka ileka ishinga akafe. To the separate of between the day and between the night, and they become for signs. Your elamondin, your elenama, your shina. 4 and 4 appointments or appointments in 4 days and years. Your inkwa, lemokwa, pakawikwa, ishimai, lek ekwa, olo. And they became for luminaries in atmosphere of the heavens to give the lights. Ikweas ya no, the earth, and he is becoming so. Ya ish, alaya shana imak, ikwane othe ikmach. And he is making Elohim 2 of the luminaries, the great ones, the luminary. Ikwana leshmix ikana yo ethic imak ikwa lemikashi ilag yo ok. The great, the ruling of the day, and the luminary, the small, to the ruling of the night, and ikwame or ikwamben, the stars. In the ethic man Aliyah Bakaweka, he shemai ling all. And he is giving them Elohim in atmosphere of the heavens, and to give lights on Erikas, the earth. Your elemishinga be your belele yule ikdel ben ikah. And to the rule of in the day and the night, and to the separate between the light. Your being ichka, your urkwa elim kitub. And between the darkness he is seeing Elohim, that's good. Your inga or big your inga bakwe inga rakapako. And he is becoming evening, and he is becoming morning day 4th. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and the herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 3rd day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be the lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. She, right? I'm up at 12:13. Alright, so I'm ruling, and the lesser light to rule the night. Yep, he made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heavens. I'm in heaven all the way, 24/7. To give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. I thought I should just share it with y'all. I just really love that. I'm gonna get some more books. I could do my I'm gonna do well, Saturday we're gonna go over, because I don't want to disappoint y'all. So I don't want to like disappoint, or I don't want to go like fast and throw so much out that I'm getting. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do everything in one day, and I don't have nothing to do on my favorite day of the week. So I'm right here. My daughter's finally asleep. And so I'm finna finish my Sabbath lesson. I'm getting it prepared. A really big, nice, big, interesting lesson. And so, and then on one, I'm gonna do the Cherokee language of it's Acts chapter 1, the book, the one that they got hidden up from the Cherokee Bible, which we don't have it in our King James Bible, the book of Acts. But I got this one in Cherokee. I would just like to share, and
And I want to stop real quick and let y'all know what I wrote under it on my SHAI Wisdom channel on Facebook. And it says, I put just a little caption of, and God made the firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which, parentheses, were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Genesis verse 6 through 7. I spoke it and interpreted this on this example of tongue, and I'm actually getting better and better. I love it. I love it. So I've been studying and pronouncing it and speaking and stuff in the Creole Aramaic, which is part of Hebrew, because that's my descent and that's my language. So y'all probably get me more speaking in that as I continue to enhance. So I'm printing some of the books out in that language, and I'll be bringing that forth. So I said I spoke it and interpret the language in this example preface video. And God made two great lights, and the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Genesis 5 through 6. Hold on, let me see where I'm at. I actually clicked off of it. But hold on. Okay, so that's more. So I'm not gonna you can go to my SHAI Wisdom channel if you want to finish watching it. It's a 54-minute video. I will be on there mainly doing my lives or doing my revelations and stuff as I flow, because it's easier to have my phone when I'm right there and I'm in the spirit and I'm going than it is for me to get on this computer and go to YouTube. So that's why I completed the task, and the only thing that I came to do is actually just touch up on since I'm past the introduction now, I'm gonna delete that and put the one original one that I'm working with right now as my photo and everything on SHAI, since y'all know where I'm at now, located in my door. So again, let me just finish this right quick. And God made two great lights, and the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Genesis 16. Verse 16, he gave the power to them who believed on his name to overcome the deaf of the tongue, as well as long as physical. I know some people look at the physical parts all the time, but that's just an example and representation of the spiritual side of things, so we have to understand that too. And I also made a quote on my channel, and it says, understanding is not an emotion. Understanding is not an emotion. It is an expression of a logical thinking and meekness of truth. It is the ultimate form of love. So that came from me. I dotted it in my journal, in my diary that I have. So I'm glad to be having a diary again and being able to write and do things. So yeah, I'll just check out my page, Facebook page, because that's where I'm going to mainly be at. Here and there on each week, if most I stay the same, I'll be able to do this on YouTube or pre-record me something and post on here. But mainly that's where I'm going to be at, because I told y'all that I'm really not into doing anything else. I've done and completed 70% of my work on there just to get it out for public and more use of encouraging the body or the pathway of truth while people are on media, because that's the thing these days. So it's kind of like giving y'all, opening up that pathway for y'all to choose whom y'all gonna serve each day and every day you live, as the Most High give us breath. And so I hope this reach y'all well, and I hope y'all get some more enlightenment out of this. But I'm going to also do the revelations that I got earlier while I was by the lake, which I'm going to slowly go back into. So I started off with the revelation of Jesus Christ. Just as Genesis in the book of the beginnings, Revelation is the book of consummation. In it, the divine program of redemption is brought to fruition. fruition. Okay, and the holy name of thy God is vindicated before all creation. Although there are numerous prophecies in the Gospels, in epistles, and Revelation. But Revelation is the only New Testament book that focuses primarily on prophetic events. Its title means unrevealing or disclosure. The book is an unrevealing of the character and program of God. Penned by John during his exile on the island of Patmos, Revelation centers around visions and symbols of the resurrected Christ, who alone has authority to judge the earth. To remake it and to rule it in righteousness. The title of this book in the Greek text is Apocalypse Angano, Revelation of John. It is also known as the Apocalypse, a transliteration of the word apocalypse, meaning unrevealing, disclosure, or revelation. The book is an unrevealing of that which otherwise could not be made known. A better title comes from the first verse, Apocalypse Aiokasta, Revelation of Jesus Christ, Greek culture God, the image, beast, and character. The idol of the heathens and Baal, who made the whole world worship past and present, yet it shall stop in thy coming. He is the companion to the Allah, Lucifer transformation into light. Kabbalah, Judaism, tree of evil. The Kalaba, the tree of evil. In Islam, the wood 6 3 score. That's why it said this could be taken as a revelation which came from Christ, or as a revelation which is about Christ. Both are appropriate. Because of the unified contents of this book, it should not be called revelation. It is being decoded now, so shall it come to pass. They will know and have seek this information and will increase in their learning. All praise to Yahuwah, Yeshua, and Jehovah. Or Yahweh, Yeshua, the gods of the hosts, or I would say the Elohim of the hosts, the servants of righteousness. Let's begin.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day your daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory forever and ever. Father, I thank you for being able to speak at this moment your words and your revelations that you have given me throughout the years. I thank you for the body and for every believer around the world that are sealed with your spirit, our great Muah. And I just thank you for letting me be here to enjoy your nature and your presence and everything that you have created from the beginning. I will not deny you or despise your living creation. I will not reject your truth, and I will stand firm in your faith. In Yeshua, our brother, and in your holy name shall they sing and shall they praise, and shall they give up the herd and every seed that you have harvested. So today I want to reveal some more things, and I want to speak the word to all and for all to hear. I am just so amazing right now, filled with so much abundance and joy, Father, for everything that you have done and all the seeds you have planted and everything that you have yielded up. It is just so amazing to see all the wonderful things that you are giving people, and hidden in secret and in silence that you work and you shall work. And I'm just thankful, and Lord, just please let me see that come to pass soon. But I'm here with my daughter, and we're out at the bayou, and so we're just sitting around and just looking at the water. But I want to go ahead and start on what I actually came out here to do, which is so much better when you're in nature with the word and spreading the word and in the word, because it gives you so much clarity, gives you more assurance of his existence. And as the wind blow on my hair right now, and as my fingers till up, I am just enlightening with the joy and joy and joy. And may those devils keep on trying to attack, for your word is my shield and my protection, and your strength gives me the power to endure anything and forever, because I am yours and you are me. So we're going to start at the book of Revelations. And a revelation is revealing. You could use the term decoding, revealing, uncovering the truth. All right, that's why he said, whoever take away from this prophecy, which a lot of it John wrote in other books, in his books of John and in some more Revelation. So that's why the enemy is cursed, because they did take out, they did infiltrate personal things in the text and all that, which we all have came to, or I wouldn't say all, but the few, and especially the believers, or slowly the world's going to be coming to all that truth. But it still proves the accuracy of the word. The word itself inside the word proves the accuracy of the word. So this is really depth understanding, but it's also simplicity for those who are believers and seeking to know him and not discredit or deny his greatness, goodness, and his graceful name. That is above all anything of any Lord, title, or God. So, the revelation of Jesus Christ. So, we're going to decode, uncover, and reveal the revelations of Jesus Christ. This title and this name. And where did it come from? We already went over a lot of things that gave y'all past knowledge about all that of the worship and different things that some of my ancestors was made to bow down to or either killed for, and different things. So y'all got that part. So stop, Kyle, please stop. It's okay. You're enjoying yourself outside, I know. But when are you gonna let Mama finish? It's almost Sabbath is coming in soon. Sabbath is coming in soon, and I have to have so much work done. Good morning, Kay. Stop. Stop. You sleepy? You're sleepy. So the revelations of Jesus Christ. Just as Genesis is the book of beginnings, Revelations is the book of consummation. Or it also can be the book of beginnings, and Genesis was the end. Yeah, it's both corresponds on the balance level together. In it, the divine program of redemption is brought to fruition, and the holy name of God is vindicated before all creation. Although there are numerous prophecies in the Gospels and epistles, Revelation is the only New Testament book that focuses primarily on prophetic events. Its the title means unrevealing or disclosure. Thus, this book is an unrevealing of the character and program of God. Let me say it again. So, if you're reading the word and you're sitting here stuck on Jesus Christ and continue to speak Jesus Christ, you're not going to get it. You have to understand what you are reading. That's why it says wisdom. I am understanding. Revelations. To reveal his character, his nature, his color. That's why I was given the vision. That's why I was told to share my vision with y'all. Before, I was going through it, at the same time I was fulfilling. And this is before I even know some things and what I was going to be. I was steady growing and increasing, like the word says you do once you have woken up, received the baptism. The baptism of the Holy Spirit always came before the baptism of water. Now, the physical sense of water, getting in the water. Now, if you don't understand the spiritual significance of water, you would not understand why your physical baptism matters. You wouldn't want to please the Most High in all things if you don't understand the spiritual access of his movement. Why did he require Yeshua to get baptized, even though he was already great and high and already created for a purpose that was beyond his human existence? He still lowered himself to do. Okay? And so this is what we have to understand. Your conscience, your small breath that we have, that everybody come with, contrary to popular belief, some people believe some people are not born without souls or not born without conscience. I disagree with that, noted with my brothers on that racism point of all white people do not have no morals, or they don't have soul, or they don't have a type of spirit, they don't have a conscience. That's inaccurate, because I created it, and the Most High created that be every living soul has somewhat a soul. Now, our spirit is different. Your spirit gonna come from your father. Your spirit ultimately comes from our mother, but your spirit can be cursed, or things can happen where you would need to be revived or woken up from it, from a curse or a spell or something that has been placed on you, on your spirit. But overall, the spirit is a gift, and it was from mother. But everybody has a living soul. Everybody has soul. He told us that in the beginning. So I do not agree with my brothers on that racism point. All right. And so now let's get to the decoding. So now we can understand the character and the program of God and what this word, because he said the word became. The word was with God, and then again it was God. So the word would be at the ending, would be speaking on God's behalf and characteristics and the true name of his existence and what he chose and what he will always be. That would be the true revelation. Okay, so anybody coming with that, you already know what they full of. That means they're just reading the title in Jesus Christ. They did not decode it, go in to seek no understanding about it, did not understood the revelation. So it's a lot that comes with that. But anyway, and so we're going to go. That's why the book of Jude is before Revelation. But it really should have been Revelation before Jude, if you get me. But it's all working in time and in what the Most High going to allow. And I'm recording these videos on my live on Facebook right now. And when I get back to my house setting with my computer, I already have a recording, because when the Spirit is dealing with me and I'm getting divine revelations, it's not a pinpoint of time, and I just speak fluently in the water, just like I'm doing right now. You know, it's not a point that I just do it on my own will or whenever. No, it has to be a certain time and a certain thing.
So you see, I'm here, and I'm uploading, and I'm recording.
And I don't even know when it comes. It just comes, and the Spirit is upon me. And so then I'm starting to talk, and I'm starting to get out most of the things and whatever he takes me to. And so this is how I do things. And so it also gives me my record. So when I do go to my YouTube channel on Divine Wisdom that I'm using now, guys, to finish out, is that I'm going to do that. And so I'm recording so I can just play this fluently. So by the time it gets to y'all, I may be in another state or in another presence, and I'm on another time, because I'm constantly increasing and growing. And so as the wind and as the air, no one can catch it, move it, and do what they want to do or control it. So we just let the Spirit guide us in those matters. So once I play this on my channel, when y'all probably be looking at y'all, I will already have spoken and have gotten this out while the Father's telling me to. And I'm at a peaceful state. I don't have any darkness, anything around. I'm sitting in nature, and I'm able to hear him clearer, and I'm able to get more things. And so when unclean spirits roaming and around in the land that's, seeking to devour, because all these things exist like the word tells us. So again, I'm going to start it at, and so I'm going to go back to what. I'm so sorry, guys. People keep calling my phone. You keep calling. See that it's so busy. The enemy is so busy. I done said I am busy and I'm trying to do something, and the enemy keep on calling, trying to cut off this live while I'm doing it. And please, Most High, move that started this part. Anyway, let me do that. Let me finish this one, and I'm finna just have to restart another one. Let me put it on blocks.
Alright, so I'm
Alright,
finishing
guys,
it.
I'm back. So I had to put it on blocks, so I'll be able to finish this without having to.
Okay, and so this is the other part, but let me say what I put on my introduction. Revelations chapter 1, 0 through 20 verses. Study for assurance and understanding. Sorry for the disrupted signal, everyone. My telegram acting up off their line. LOL. Hope this helps along the walk. Satan's character, she, opposition of wisdom characters. Know the word to and fro, but miss several points and will have no oil in the end. I will continue to flow like many waters to the doves everywhere until it is time. I was given the vision to confirm the authority of this book. Without confirmation and witnesses, nothing can be proven as factual evidence. That's why it states this book would not be considered, be called Revelation, because they either don't or have not believe in God authority in his creation, and that includes women and children. So we shall continue to watch this prophecy to come or came to pass.
To him to keep on, because some people just don't get it when you say the discussion's over with, you're busy, I'll talk to you later, give me a break so I can do what I need to do. Everything's all about them. It's just like a selfishness. He's so selfish, only thinking about him, and all you got to do is study. Yes, I'm doing what the Most High tell me to do, because he says the first and the greatest commandment is to love me with all your heart, mind, and soul. So when the Spirit tell me to go speak or go take a break or go to space area solidarity, as it go to fasting or whatever it tells me to do, I have to obey, not you as no husband title or whatever. So when I have to put you on block so I can finish what the God has told me to do. And if you're working in this type of spirit, you're being an adversary against mine, sir. And at this point, you don't understand that these powers that come to be is not flesh and blood, for we are wrestling with the darkness of evil. So do not come to me when I am doing the word, please. And I hope that you get yourself together soon, because it's coming, and I'm telling you, it's coming, and it's here. And so for some others across the country has came too quicker, swifter than others, or different cities and countries swifter than others. And then, you know, it's just whenever it does, okay? And so let me finish at what I was saying. So, again, thus, this book is an unveiling of the character and program of God, okay? Penned by John during his exile on the island of Patmos, Revelation centers around visions and symbols of the resurrected Christ, who alone has authority to judge the earth, to remake it, and to rule it in righteousness. The title of this book in the Greek text is Apocalypse Aniko, Revelations of John. It is also known as the Apocalypse, a transliteration of the word apocalypse, meaning unrevealing, disclosure, or revelation. Thus, this book is an unveiling of that which otherwise could not be known. A better title comes from the first verse, Apocalypse Cosmos, which is the Greek translation of Jesus Christ. Get it? The Greek translation of Jesus Christ throughout our text. Revelation of the Jesus Christ. This could be taken as a revelation which came from Christ, or a revelation which is about Christ. Both are appropriate because of the unified context of this book, and it should not be called Revelation. It should not be called Revelations. Introduction. The revelations of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. who bear the record of the word of God, which what was the word of God from in the beginning? Shikama, the Spirit of God, which unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ, and all the things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is not at hand. John, to the 7 churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 spirits which are before his throne, and from Jesus Christ, which it says, it should not be called the Revelations. And so now we see why Paul was writing to the 7 churches, those letters of churches, which is corresponding of the shadow of things to come, as revelation is being revealed also. See, and why he's angry. And from the Jesus Christ, who is faithful and witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood, and has made us kings and priests unto God and his Father. To him to be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. I am an Alpha and I am Omega, the beginning and the end, saith the Most High, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty full Elohim. The revelation of Christ. Now, it says the revelation of Christ. So now we just got the revelation of the Greek Jesus, i.e. Christa, the revelation of Jesus Christ. So this part of paragraph, let's deal with that for a second and break that down, sweetie, so you can understand. And so now we didn't just broke that shield off. We done broke that toe with that decoding of that word, Jesus. And now it's going to be the revelation of Christ, which is Christ's anointed title. It's still anointed title. Doesn't have anything tied to a bow name, bow worship, or anything of an image. It's just simply the anointed Christ. So that's why I chose to use Hamashiach Christ. But Jesus, Hamashiach, is the gateway that takes you into Hamashiach, and then Christ, and then you're on the other side, and you're on the narrow path in truth now, and not up in a lie. And so the revelation of Christ, I didn't say revelation of Jesus still, because we just broke that down first. So now we're dealing with the revelation of Christ. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and the patience of Jesus Christ, was in the ire. So remember, John got executed on Patmos. Everybody had to worship this Jesus bow character. That's what Jude talks about, Balaam, character. So even John, even though he denounced it and wouldn't, he still wrote this in hand because the Spirit of God was going to reveal and unseal this book in the end. And so when they did that in the island of his exile on Patmos, he had already started to finish, and he already completed when the Spirit allowed him to. And it was finished and done once they took in his life. And so this is why he said, for the testimony of Jesus Christ. I was in the Spirit on the Most High day, and heard behind me a great voice of as a trumpet, saying, I am Omega and Alpha, the first and the last, and what thou seest write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and to Laodicea. Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spoke with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they were burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So remember, I shared my vision of his foot and his garment. But John gives us more, because he said in Deuteronomy, no one can see my face and live. So when he's explaining this in a simplicity form. And so, yes, he's probably seen the whole figure, or he probably did see his foot, but overall, he died anyway. So that still would make sense why the exile, he died, or whatever, after giving this, because the Most High already told us in Deuteronomy, you cannot see his whole presence and live. So I am grateful for just seeing the foot, you know what I'm saying, for as in my divine vision. But this is also true. So if John revealed this is what is true, and I believe every bit of what he said. And he also did die, so that does complete. It's no contradiction in that area for the law. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shining in his strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last, and I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, men, and have the keys of hell and of death. Write these things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. The mystery of the 7 stars without solace in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the 7 angels of the 7 churches. Oh, wait, it says the 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks without sayest are the 7 churches. And so right there, I'm going to stop, okay? Because I got to go do some more stuff. But right now, we got to the part, the revelation. We went over the introduction of the words first. And then we did the revelations.
All right, so like I said, y'all can
Starting
go get
at
the
Christ.
rest on my Facebook channel, which I put some public for those who ain't my friends that I want to get out.
Right.
Let me do one more. I did one a couple days ago about the judgment of Ephraim. So I'll do that last one, and then I'll let y'all go, because I got to get back to the destination, so I have my Sabbath ready for y'all to post tomorrow, which will be on my Facebook, okay, guys? So just check it out there. Oh God, I know she just happy, and we gotta get you, comb your hair tonight, get you pretty up. Alright, so one day ago I did the woe to Ephraim, Isaiah 28 chapter, prophecies against Ethiopia. Father, Yahweh, Jehovah, may you, I would say Yahuwah, may you do the increase and shall not come back void in our Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach, everlasting name, in Zion. I told y'all my tribe is Judah, Yehuda, whichever one y'all want to use. I don't hold up titles. I worship in spirit and truth, and I am feminine.
Fruitful hill. And he fenced it. The parable of the vineyard. Isaiah chapter 5. Now when I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard, my well-beloved have a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. what could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done any? Wherefore, when I look that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eating up, and break down the walls thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned, nor dig it, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no more unto it. For the vineyard of the Most High of the hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. Woe unto them that joined house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed along in the midst of the earth. And my ears said to the Most High, Jehovah, Jehovah, or Yahovah, hosts, my Father, of a true many houses shall be desolate, even great, fair, without inhabited. 10 acres of vineyard shall yield 1 bath, and the seed of an hamor shall yield an ephah. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them. And the harp, and the viol, and the tabret, and the pipe, and the wine are in their feasts. But they regarded not the work of the Most High, neither consider the operations of his hands. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell has enlarged herself, and opened up her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their magnitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoices shall descend in it. Right? And the mean men shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. But the Most High of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. Then shall the lambs feed after their matter, and the waste places of the fat ones shall strangers eat. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin as it were their cup ripe, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come that we may know it. Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, and put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, and prudent their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteousness from him. Therefore, as the fire devoured the stubble, and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their roots shall be as rottenness, and their blossoms shall go up as dust, because they has cast away the law of the Most High of hosts, Yeshua, and despise the word of the Holy One, SHAI, of Israel. Therefore is the anger of the Lord, the Most High, kindled against his people. And he has stretched forth his hand against them, and has smitten them, and the hills did tremble, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. And he will lift up an ensign to the nations from far, and would hence unto them the end of the earth. And behold, they shall come with speed swiftly. None shall be weary nor stumble among them, more shall slumber nor sleep. Neither shall the girdle of their loins be loose, nor the ratchet or latchet of their shoes be broken. whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows bent. Their horses' hoofs shall be counting like flint, and their wheels like a whirlwind. Their roaring shall be like a lion. They shall roar like young lions. Yeah, they shall roar, and they hold of the prey, and shall carry it away safe, and none shall deliver it. And in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold darkness and sorrow, and the lights is darkened in the heavens thereof. That's the parable of the vineyard, which is Isaiah 5. Now let me go to, should I read the judgment first of them? Let me see. I could start there, but I'll go to the judgment on Ephraim. The Most High sent a word against, hold on. The Most High sent a word into Jacob, and it has lightened up Israel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim and the inhabitant of Samaria, that say in the pride and stiffness of heart, the bricks are falling down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Therefore the Most High shall set up the adversaries of resistance against him, and join his enemies together, the Syrians before and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For the people turn not unto him that speaketh them, neither do they seek the Most High of hosts. Yahuwah. Therefore the Most High will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. For the leaders of these people cause them to err. They that are led of them are discord. Therefore the Most High shall have no joy in their young men, and neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For every one is a hypocrite and evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For wickedness burned as fire, and it shall devour the briars and stones, and shall kindle in the thickness of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting of smoke. Through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fury of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. That shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Methuselah Ephraim, and Ephraim Methuselah, and they together shall be against the tribe of Judah. For all of this his anger is not turned away, but his hands is still stretched out to them. Woe unto them that decree unrighteousness decrees, and that right grievous which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and the desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Leave your glory. Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is still stretched out right now. And that was judgment on Ephraim. to my remnant of Israel. And it shall come to pass in the day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Most High, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, but you said that there's no Israel in the Bible, then you also talk about Lucifer versus the Holy Spirit. Ask the people are asking, how do you know the difference? Tell them, how do you know the differences? And if I am Lucifer, wouldn't I know the truth of heavens? Wouldn't Lucifer was the right hand, or was he the left hand before they fell? Or she, whichever one y'all want to do. So even if you're counting me to be the wicked one, my opposition, so let me play my part then. If that's my purpose, hell, I'll live it if that's my purpose. If that's me. So I have every right, I guess, to be against you then. So it all will still make sense. And so if I'm bounded, then why not stop? Let me go ahead and speak these things into existence then. Oh, Lucifer, how have you fallen? In my case, I am in my case in the book of Isaiah, right? So I'm speaking against myself falling, or I'm telling my story. Even if you look at it in all those points, still give the answer to what is the difference between Lucifer and the power of the Holy Spirit, which it was not a Holy Spirit, it just said the Spirit of God, okay? So give the answer to the crowd so they'll know. But anyway, remnant of Israel, let me finish and continue. For thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, but you said it was no Israel in the Bible. We already know about all the knowledge and stuff. Look, you ain't got to act like you know something you don't. Just confess that you don't know everything. Hell, I didn't confess. Everybody confess. We don't know everything. Anybody can jump online or tag or say, oh, well, yeah, I already looked it up. I already know this. I know that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything, because I never did. I came off real honest and truthful, and guess what? Even with the consolations, I don't know all that. Australia, I don't go into all that, but I have common knowledge of it. So at the end of the day, I still don't know everything, but it wasn't for me to know everything. This was supposed to be revealed to only the believers only. Ma'am. So even if I am Lucifer, you still are under me, right? I still would have to be who I am to say why the world got deceived, or I would have been the adversary to them. So do this all make sense, or are you in the blind, ma'am? Not me. In a rapture? No, it's figuratively, sweetie. Tell your story and stop trying to bag up or come off me or come to my knowledge or come to what I know because I planted something and now you want to, nah, man, get that out the way. I don't care. Answer the people. How do you know the difference? Because I can give y'all the difference. And if I am Lucifer, then I have a right to be sitting here against you, telling you of the truth of the heavens, right? If I wrote this book or I wrote this word, right? Or I gave permission for the Roman Catholics to do all this, right? So why wouldn't you listen? So you make no sense either way. The purpose and the will get done regardless. If that's so, whichever way you want to call me, or whatever title you want to call me. For thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption degree shall overflow with righteousness. For the Most High God of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. Therefore thus said the Most High God of hosts, O my people that dwelleth in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. He shall speak thee with a rod, and shall lift up his staff against thee, after the matter of Egypt. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and my anger in their destruction. And the Most High of hosts, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him, shall stir up a scourge for him according to the slaughter of Midian, at the slaughter of Midian, at the rock of Arah. And as his rod was upon the sea, so shall he lift it up out of the matter of Egypt. And shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder, and his yoke from off thy neck. And the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointed. He is come to Alak. He is past Green at Mishamaik. He has laid up his carriages. They are gone over the pastures, and they taken up their lodges at Gibrai. Ramai is afraid, and Gilbai of Saul is fled. Lift up thy voice, O daughter of Gimlin, 'cause it be heard by Lamech, a pour of the Athah. Medina is removed, the inhabitants of Jimnah gathered therein. Gather themselves to flee. As yet shall he remain at Nob that day. He shall shake his hand against the mount of daughter of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Behold, the Most High and Yahweh of hosts shall loop the bow with terror, and the high ones of stature shall be shown down, and the haughty shall be humbled, and he shall cut down the thickets of the forest with iron, and Lebanon shall fall by a mighty one. By a mighty one. And so that was Isaiah 10. And then I started at the remnant of Israel, which is 20 through 34. I have one more for now. Prophecies against Ethiopia. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, that sendeth ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of blood wishes upon the water, saying, Go ye swift messengers to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning hither, a nation melted out and trodden down, whose lands the rivers have spoiled. All ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers of the earth, see ye when he lifted up the ensign on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye. For so the Most High said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon hers, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For the harvest, when the bud is perfect, and the sour grape is ripening in the flower, he shall both cut off the springs with pruning hooks, and take away and cut down the branches. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountain, and to the beasts of the earth, and the fowls shall slumber upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winder upon them. And that time shall the present be brought unto the Lord, Yeshua of the hosts of my people, not my people, of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from their beginning hither. A nation meted out, trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Most High of hosts, the Mount Zion. Prophecies against, it didn't say for Ethiopian, but against Ethiopian. Alright, then we had the prophecies for Arabia, but I'm not going to do them right now.
Alright guys, one more and I'll be on my way to go back to my dwelling place and to be ready for y'all soon. So
Spirit just hit me, and I have been thinking deep about blood.
Okay. This one I titled Dia 13, Deuteronomy 13. They shall not have other gods before your Elohim, Yahuwah, Yeshua, Yeshaya, Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts, thy God. All praises to Mother Ruka, and this is the law of idolatry.
She's nothing of Satan. Alright.
Lucifer is he, Satan is she, and Baal and Balaam is their seed.
And I woke up with nothing but blood. I told y'all I'm a Mr. Cycle, but anyway, to my husband, I am gonna pray for you as always. but it's a...
I'm a female, so it's no way I could be Lucifer. Lucifer is the he. Satan is she, and no way I could be Satan, because I don't believe in the gods and any other names. So y'all already see for yourself.
Lot to say. I know you hung up. I don't know if y'all trying to play games. But anyway, what you and my mother are doing is just absolutely crazy. Like I said, she's nothing of Satan, and she's gonna be Satan, and she's gonna always be that adversary in the dark when no one see her and think nothing is okay, everything's okay and fine. She continues to stir a mess, and she was always in the midst, stirring a mess from the beginning of false accusations toward me and him, whether it be real or not, or true or not, because I don't know all his life story before he met me. But that's not the case, or not the point that I'm arguing, and neither do I care. The whole point was, Christ said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Do not bear false witness. Don't do those things. Don't covet your neighbor's property. None of those things that you have broke, ma'am. So you have put my son against me as well, with your false ways of life, and now he wars against me, and then I sent him down there with you, and all you do is think that you are the mother. Everything that I went through, from almost death, having that darn boy, and all you do is sit there and baby him, and then you turn around and you think that I have any mother role. No, you are a grandmother, but you do not know your place. You never will. You always do not respect my boundaries. You never have. You do not care at all, and you do not even have no respect for Kendrick being my husband, or even if it was my friend, or even being around the boy. You are psycho, and you are crazy in your mind. He has the right to have him, and you tell him that he's not a father. Let me tell you something. He's more of a father than that damn boy that's sitting up in the side of a jail licking and sucking on boys. So don't sit up here and tell me, and I'm very angry about that, and I will stand on his side because I'm a loyal friend to the end, because it's only right. So you don't sit up here and tell him, yes, he has a right to be mad and be pissed off, and whatever he do, I don't have nothing to do with that. But hey, let it go forth if it shall come to pass. But you're not going to sit up here and continue to stir up. You're nothing but Satan's seed, and you continue to be Satan's seed, and you continue to devour and talk with your tongue. But Christ said, for those who believe, I have gave them power to overcome scorpions and lions and different things. So I am okay with whatever way you want this to go, or whatever way y'all want to plan it to go. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stay on my path and what I came to do. And this is the problem in the war I've been having from you from the beginning of your fall, baby. You, the one that continues to disrespect me and this young man for no type of reason. And then you use any little thing you can get, or try to come in our business on the cameras looking day in, day out to start up drama and mess. That is why we went forth and already shared it. We already had put it out, because it was going to be done anyway, from the lurkers and seekers to devour. And so I don't care. I never lived to say I have anything perfect in me of no sin. See, I didn't get here that way. So at the end of the day, it's like you want to blame and act like nobody else stinks in their marriages or their friendships or with their family. I don't care, because it says expose every bad work. I am tired and fed up, and I had hold my peace for so long, and I now holding my peace, but I am so seeking the Father for revengeance, and yes, he will repay those to whose is due, because I didn't deserve half of that stuff I went through. I can crucify myself, man. I already got a conscience and a seer of my spirit in me to do that from the beginning, like he said so. And so the chastisement was on our behalf of curses, ma'am, of what it was. And it is nothing dealing with that type of stuff, because it tells us right here in Deuteronomy of his children and what he told them not to do, and what the damnations and the strangers was doing. You're Choctaw, ma'am. You're every bit of everything else in the world. But what you're not going to do is try to destroy the original bloodline like you have from the beginning. And why? Why does this have a purpose to come through? Because this is a testimony against y'all. I have nothing to do with that, and I never killed anyone physically, and I have not seek to try to revenge anybody or do anything on my own will. It is all in the Father's hand, and it's always been in his hand. And so shall his word go forth and should not return void. and he will not let anything prophesy evil of those who are in the truth and in the spirit of him. And I say this with more humbling, and I say this with more peace. I do not like the things. I've just cried a little bit. Forgive me, y'all. But I'm just going to read this and get back to doing the things I need to do, because I have to clean up myself. I hope nothing shall come to pass while I'm not gone, but hey, if it's in the Father will too, because I did see an angel coming from the mist and cutting off a lot, and people falling, and it was dead. So I'm going to speak that later on, but this is not my power, for this is the power of the Spirit. And so it says, with the law of idolatry, when Yahuwah thy God shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou seest them, and dwellest in the land, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did this nation serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. Thou shalt not do so until the Lord thy God, for every abominations to Yahuwah which he had hated have they done unto their gods, for even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire of their gods. What things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not thereto not diminish from it. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spoke unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods which thou hast not known, and let us serve them, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Most High of your God proveth you to know whether ye love your God with all your heart, with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Yahuwah your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice. Ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from Yahuwah your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Most High thy God commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods which thou hast not known, nor your fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto them, or far off from them. From the one end of the earth unto the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with the stones that he die, because he has sought to thrust thee away from the Most High, Yahuwah, God of Elohim and God of hosts, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more wickedness, as this is among you. If thou shalt hear say in one of those cities which the Most High thy God hath given, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their cities, saying, let us go and serve other gods which ye have not known. Then shalt thou inquire and make searching as diligently, and behold, such abomination is wrought among you. Thou shalt surely speak the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle therein, and with the edge of the sword. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and shalt burn with the fire the city, and all the spoil thereof, every whit for the Yahuwah thy God, and it shall be in heat forever. It shall not be built again. And there shall cleave not unto the cursed thing to thy hand, and the Most High may turn from the furiousness of his wrath, and shew mercy and have compassion unto thee, and multiply thee, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, when thou shalt hearken to the voice of Yahuwah your God, to keep all the commandments which I commanded to you on this day, and to do that which is right in the eyes of Yahuwah Yeshua the house, thy God's Elohim. Deuteronomy 12, 29, 31, and then I went and read the whole.
Alright, till next time, 8:39 p.m., April 9, 2021.